Hello everyone. So today let's solve the problem number 242, valid anagram, right? So let's see what the question states. So here we have been given two strings s and t. So here you can clearly see we have been given two strings s and t. Let's come to the example part. You can clearly see here we have been given two strings s and t. We have to check if t is an anagram of s. So we have to just check if t is an anagram of s or not. That's what we need to check. So if you hover over anagram word here, what it states, an anagram is a word or phrase formed by rearranging the letters of different word or phrases. So this is very important, right? So an anagram is a word or phrase formed by rearranging the letters of different word or phrase using all the original letters exactly once. They have clearly mentioned exactly once. Means here in this case, suppose, just give me a second here. So before that, let me tell you one thing. We have to return true if t is an anagram of s. So here this one t, whatever they have given, here we have to return if t is an anagram of yes or not. If it is, then we have to return true. If it is not anagram of s, then we have to return false, right? I hope this is clear. So what we need to do here is, so I'll just tell in simple words here. So whatever they have given, yes, so we have to check whether the character, all the characters that is present in the S and its frequency. So here A is present thrice. You can clearly see here ANAGRAM, right? So here in this case, A is present thrice, N is present once, G is present once, R is present once, and M is present once, right? All the letters except A, all the letters, distinct letters, are present once. So here in this case as well, in T, A should be present thrice and all other letters should be present once. See here, A is present thrice, right? Here A, this A, first A, second A, and third A, right? All other letters are present once, N, G, R, and M. So this is anagram in this case. So the output that they have displayed here is true. We have to display the output true in this case. So same goes with the example 2 as well here in this case. So here we have rat and car. First thing is r is present once, r is present once, a is present once, a is present once. The t that is present in the s is not present in t at all. In the string t, we don't have the letter t at all. You can clearly see instead of t we have c here, right? So and c is not present in s, right? So this miserably fails here. In this case we have to display the output as false. So I hope this is completely clear, easy to understand, right? Again I'll just hover over the anagram. What is an anagram? What is an anagram? An anagram is a word or phrase formed by rearranging the letters of a different word or phrase using all the original letters exactly once. So just keep this in mind, right? So I hope the question part is completely clear. I hope the question is completely clear. They have given wonderful examples just for the sake of understanding purpose, right? So I hope this is completely clear. Next, what shall we do here? Let's do one thing. Let's discuss the approach, and within the approach itself, let's discuss the complexities as well for the code that we will be writing to, and then let's write the code, right? Let's discuss the approach. So here you can clearly see I have considered the same first example that they have given in the question so that it will be easier to understand, right? So yes, we have anagram here, and we have NAGARAM. So A here in this case we have the distinct letters. The distinct letters that is present in S is A, N, G, R, and M, right? So here you can clearly see A is present thrice, 1, 2, 3. N is present once, G is present once, R is present once, and M is present once. So 3, 1, 1, 1, 1. Same goes with T as well. You can clearly see here we have NAGARAM. So uh, N is present once, A is present thrice here. N is once, A 1, 2, and 3. This one is fine. G is present once, R is present once, and M is also present once, right? So here N, A, G, R, M, right? So G is present once, R is present once, and M is also present once here. This is fine. So this matches. So we are returning true here in this case, right? Let's see the step by step explanation. So here in this case, I've considered the same first example here. First, what we will do, let's create the frequency hash map. So the approach that we will be going with is hash map. Just keep this in mind. We are going with the hashing with the hash map, right? So here in this case, first what we'll do, we'll create the frequency hash map for the characters in S. So again, I'm telling we are creating the frequency hash map for the characters in S. So A we have thrice, A is present thrice here, this one. S we are considering, right? We are creating the hash map for the characters in S. So just keep this in mind. A we have thrice N ones, G ones, R ones, and N ones. This is fine. We have already discussed this one. So what we will do here, we will traverse the string T and we will decrement the count in the hash map. So next, first step what we did here, we created the hash map for the characters in S. So now we have the distinct characters as keys and the frequency of that characters as values, right? So next what we are doing here, we are traversing through the string T and we are decrementing the count in the hash map. That's what we are doing here in this case, right? So in simple words, each time we see a character in T, we are reducing its count, right? We are reducing its count. If the count goes below 0 or if the key is not found, then we will return false, right? If only all the character counts are balanced, that means 0, then only we have to return true. This one I'm speaking of. If all the character counts are balanced, then only it will be 0. In that case only we have to return true. So I'll just come here. So it's simple. See here. So we have A3, N1, G1, R1, M1. So now first what we will do, we have N1 here. So we will decrement this one by 0, 1 by 0, right? So we have N1. So now this is completed. Next what we have, A3, 3 times A is found, right? So A is present 3 times and A. Here this will also be 0 here in this case. Next G is present once. So here also G is present once, right? So this will also be 1 here. I mean sorry, 0 here in this case. Next R1. So here R is present once. So when we decrement by 1, it will be 0. One M is present once. So here this one, M, the last one. And here also M is present once, right? So here it will be decremented to 0. So we have 0, right? So this is balanced. So in this case we are returning true accordingly with the approach. So the output that we got is 0. That's what they are saying here. If all the character counts are balanced, in our case it was balanced. You can check for the third example, right? So just give me a second here. Yeah, you can check for the third example that they have given mentioned in the question. So in that case, you will um, you'll not be able to balance because T is not present in the string T at all. Instead, C is present, right? So you will not be able to balance. So in that case, we should display false as output, the boolean value false as output. So here in this case, it is balanced. In the first example that we have considered here, in this case, we are returning true because this is balanced. We have got 0, right, for everything. So this is balanced. In this case, we are returning true. So I hope the approach is completely clear, easy to understand, right? So let's come to the complexities part here. Just give me a second. Yeah. So what will be the overall time complexity? The overall time complexity here is here will be big of n. Why? We will be iterating over s and t exactly once. So here this one I'm speaking of s and t. We will be iterating over both s and string t exactly once, right? So n is nothing but the length of the string here. So overall time complexity will be quite obviously big of n, right? So then what will be the space complexity? The space complexity is big of 1. Why? Because there can be maximum 26 letters, right? So maximum there are 26 letters itself. So maximum 26 lowercase letters will be stored in the hash map in the worst case. So the overall space complexity would be big of 1, right, in this case. So the time complexity for the code that we will be writing will be big of n and the space complexity will be big of 1. Right? Simple to understand. I hope this part is completely clear. I hope whatever the approach that we went with is completely clear, and I hope along with the approach the complexities are completely clear as well for the code that we will be writing in the future. Right? I hope these two things are completely clear. Now what shall we do? Let's start writing the code. So here as we had discussed one thing, if the lengths are different, so if the length of s and t are different, then quite obviously the frequency will differ as well. So if the lengths are different, they cannot be anagrams, right? So let's write that one. Let's articulate the same thing in the form of code. Here I'll just write s dot length. So if it is not equal to t dot length, then what we need to do, we have to return the boolean value false here in this case. So this is fine. So the next step here is, let's create the hash map to store the frequency of each character in the string s. So we are making use of the hash map as I've said. So let's create the hash map here in this case. So within the angle brackets, we need the character, right? So I'll just go with the character. So we are dealing with the strings as well as the integer on the value side. So I'll just go with integer as well. So here within the angle brackets, I have given character as well as the integer, right? This is fine. So let's make use of the variable name map here. In this case, it will be new hash map. So angle brackets, this is fine. So the next step here is, let's count the characters from the string s. So we have to count the characters from the string s as per the this one approach that we discussed, right? For that one, let me write the single for loop here for int I equals 0, I less than n, I plus plus. So this is not n, basically we are considering s right here. This has to be s dot length here in this case. Sorry, I got confused here. This is fine. So within this for loop, so let's get the character first. So I'll just go with a char ch here. In this case, I'll make use of char it. Right? I'll just make use of caret built-in function, right? Caret. I'll be making use of the caret built-in function here. So this is fine. We are just getting the character. That's it. So after getting the character, we have to increment its count in the map. If it is present again, if the same character is present again, we have to increment its count in the map. So for that one, I'll be making use of the put property here. I'll just go with map.put here in this case ch. Then I'll just make use of map get, or here let me give default, map get or default. So let me do one thing. I'll give ch comma 0 plus 1. This is fine. We are just incrementing its count in the map. So I'll just come out of this loop. So the next step, if you remember, after counting the characters from string s, we have to traverse string t. And why we have to traverse to the string, string t here, to decrease the character counts. If the same character is present, then we were decrementing the count in t, if you remember, right? So that's what. For that one, we have to articulate the same thing in the form of code here. So I'll just give int I equals 0, I less than t dot length here in this case. So I'll just go with the I plus plus. Let's increment the I here. Within this for loop, let's get the character from t. So when I say let's get the character from t, this will be char ch. So t dot, so this one, I'll make use of the built-in function caret here. Again, the same thing, caret. We are just getting the character, right? Just give me a second here. Let me give semicolon here. Uh, After getting the character from t, if the character is not in map or count is 0, then it is not an anagram, right? If the count is 0 means if it is not present in t at all, we are not dealing with a balanced 0 here. If the character not in the map or count is 0 means, suppose s in the string s we have suppose character n, its count is 1, but in t n is not present at all, it is 0. At that case we have to return false, right? So suppose if the character not in the map or count is 0, then it is not an anagram. For that one, we can just articulate in the form of code in this way. If not of map dot, I'll just go with the contains key. Contains key of what? Ch. We have considered ch here, right? Char ch. This one I'm speaking of. This is fine. Contains ch or map dot get of ch. Get means, yeah, we are making use of the property get to get ch, right? To get the character basically. So this is equal to 0. Ch equal to 0 means in that, suppose the character is present in the s and it is not present in the t. In that case, what we need to do, we have to return the boolean value false here. So I'll just go with return false. Simple, very simple to understand, right? I hope this is completely clear. So next, what shall I do? So if it is found, means suppose n is present in the string s and n is present in the string t as well. In that case, if you remember, we should decrement the count in the t by 1, right? So for that one, I'll be making use of the put property in the map. So I'll just go with map.put of ch comma map dot get of ch, this one minus 1. So we are just decrementing the count. So the final one here is all the characters are, if all the characters are matched perfectly, then it is said to be balanced. Then in that case we have to return true. Let's do one thing, let's return true here, the last step, right? So let me format the code once and let me hit the run button. I hope this works. This has to work, right? We have some error here. Not equal to, what is wrong here? Java, only single equals here. Let me run this one again. What happened here? Symbol class hash map. What's wrong here with this? So M has to be capital right here for this one. Okay, this is fine. Let me run this one again. I hope this works now. Let's see. One more error we have. T dot length. Where the line number 12? Yeah, I get confused with the JavaScript. Basically here we have to mention the parenthesis, right, for the length. In the JavaScript we don't have to mention the parenthesis basically. Here also hash map, this is fine. Yeah, everything looks good, right? So let me hit the run button. So at least this time it has to work. Let's see. Yeah, now you can clearly see the sample test cases are getting passed. Means the code works absolutely correct. Let's see whether this works for all the test cases or not. Let me hit the submit button. So yeah, you can clearly see here all the test cases are getting passed. Means the code works absolutely correct in this case. Whatever the code that we have written, that works absolutely correct in this case, right? So we went with the approach. We discussed the complexities within the approach as well. So now whatever the code that we have written, I hope it is completely clear as well, right? For now, this is it. Thanks for watching, guys.